First, connect the communication cable between the generator and cooling pump. Next, connect the power cables to both the systems. To connect the grounding pad cable, hold the grey plug with the white arrow facing up and insert it into the blue socket located on the front of the generator. You can now switch on the generator from the green power switch. First, wait for the main menu to load on the screen and only then switch on the cooling pump. Please note, it is very important that the generator is switched on before the cooling pump, otherwise the pump will not be recognized. There are two grounding pads inside this pack. The two pads have to be stuck on the patient's thighs. Follow the instructions on the back of the cover. Please note, the pads must be stuck on the thighs with the tabs facing downwards. The grounding pad cable has two blue flaps on the other end. Connect both of them to the two tabs on the grounding pad. Do this only after the pads have been stuck on the patient. To attach the electrode to the system, insert the black plug to the socket for channel 1, which is the green channel. Rotate the front ring to secure. Open the cooling pump flap. The cooling pump tube, which is attached to the electrode at one end, has to be inserted into this opening. Match the direction of the arrows on the yellow labels to the arrows on the pump. Then insert the part of the tube in between the yellow labels into the open section of the cooling pump. Pull the flap down to secure. The end of the tube, which is going into the cooling pump, has to be inserted into the cold saline from below. On the other end, there is a short white tube that is running along the blue tube of the electrode. This will carry the returning cold saline. This has to be connected to the additional white tube found in the electrode packaging. The other end of the additional white tube has to be inserted back into the cold saline from the top. Once all the connections are made, choose the mode to start the ablation. When using the pump for liver ablation, first press the pump button on the screen and then the RF button. If you press the RF button first, you will be directly taken to track ablation. To disconnect the system, switch it off and unplug all connections normally. To disconnect the grounding pad cable, hold the grey part of the plug and pull back gently.